Playoffs. Here it is. It's tied 3-3.
I
Game
didn't think it would
7.
get this far.
Mm-hmm.
The Western Conference Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder. I think the Thunder gonna win, just to let y'all know. And the and the conspiracy theories are wild. The whole thing kicked off when the official NBA store accidentally dropped finals bound merch for the Thunder and the Knicks while the Spurs were still fighting in the Western Finals. Spurs fans flipped, seeing this as proof the league's got a script, locking the Knicks and Thunder into the finals for the big market money play. Online stores prep gear for every possible outcome so they can launch instantly once a series ends. It was just a glitch or human error. Then the ref stepped into the spotlight, making calls that seemed to favor the Thunder, like ignoring Spurs coach Mitch Johnson's replay challenge and throwing him a technical foul in Game 5. Plus, there were fouls called like crazy, 51 personal fouls and 70 free throws, mostly benefiting Thunder star SGA and Isaiah Hartstein, who some say flopped hard to get calls. Media figures like Skip Bayless even flipped scripts, first saying the league rigged for the Spurs, then the opposite. So, is the NBA fixing games, or is it just playoff chaos and tech glitches? Fans aren't buying it, and social media is lit. I will say this. It was even talked about last year. This isn't nothing new for SG. He gets a lot of
The way he flops and stuff.
just not even the flops, but he gets a lot of calls going his way. This is nothing new. This has been happening. Like, I mean, that's a ridiculous number right there. But this isn't anything new. It's been happening like since before, during the regular season. Like, if you've been paying attention, he always gets a million damn free throw calls. You know what I mean? He always gets a million fouls called. So I mean that's not new. And then with the glitching of the
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
um like they said, they always release everything. So I'm not surprised with that either. I'm just I don't know. I think uh I think that is still just a glitch. And then what are they talking about? The fans aren't buying it and social media is lit. Yeah, I don't know. I think like they said, they always have a whole bunch of different scenarios of who's going to win. Hmm.
You don't know.
I still think I do still think it's going to be OKC versus the Knicks, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs win, because the Spurs is like is anybody's game.
At
I
this
mean,
point,
come on, they're 3-3. Like I'm like, it obviously ain't been that bad if we are at Game 7.
but just to extend it for more
Money,
money, always
absolutely.
be like that.
There was always gonna be one side that was gonna go to a Game 7.
Okay.
And like I said, I feel like the game.
Based off the Epstein stuff, like,
Let me just say this though
okay.
too, like in like what Dolly was saying too, because they had in those files that the Spurs were gonna go to the finals.
Hmm.
I, on the other hand, feel like because I was exposed, the OKC may go, because I feel like it's always also a thing where they don't want people to really think, oh yeah, So it's like a double edged sword because now people are thinking, oh yeah, okay. So at this
That
point,
they catched on and that
hmm
um
they're trying to always flip it. Remember with the Super Bowl thing, how people were predicting the colors and they actually was getting it right for a little bit, and then they flipped the script on that
mhm.
too. They don't. As soon as people start catching on, they're gonna go the other way. That's why I'm like, but also, so with the free throw thing and everything, so this was what I wanted to say with that.
Okay.
And this has to do with sports betting, rigging, you know what I mean? I think that it just sometimes calls go a certain way to manipulate, obviously it's to manipulate the game, manipulate the books. If you don't think these people are all obviously everybody benefits from everyone, do you really think that Vegas books don't have a hand in it? You're crazy. The games are always going to be manipulated in a certain way. And so obviously all those free throw calls, don't you're not going to get a certain stat depending like, oh yeah, he got this. Now he doesn't get it doesn't count towards attempts or whatever because all those were free throws. Him
Mhm.
and Isaiah, all those were free throws, so they don't count towards a certain stat anymore. Now they've won the game based off of free throws, so now everybody then lost. Guess who won? The books won, and the you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I just feel
yeah.
like it's still at the end of the day just manipulating the game. I don't know. They probably already know what the outcome is. Like they,
But like, not to downplay their performances and everything, how
mhm.
they because they built themselves up to that to where they're at. But
Yeah,
it just seems like the refs.
it's more not. It's not necessarily the players. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think even Kevin Durant said this in the past. Like the refs are going to manipulate the game in a certain way. So don't. That's what he always be saying. F y'all parlays.
Mm.
It's going to be manipulated in a certain way. You just don't know yet how it's going to be manipulated that game, but it will be.
Okay.
So it's not the players. You gotta pay attention to them calls. How are them calls going? What is the game plan looking like that day? How are they coming at it? It's a whole bunch of different factors.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway,
No wonder he's getting backlash right now with the new like board game flop game that he sued because I don't know, but like he sued, what's his name,
just say
Shay
SGA, bro.
SGA.
Yeah,
He sued because of they're making fun of him as a meme that he flops and he gets the calls that he wants. The refs are like on his side. He's getting backlash for it for sure.
bro. But that's every player in the league. Everybody flops. Like I be cracking up every time somebody starts to flop a lot and the calls get called for them.
Mhm.
He is not the first dude to do it, and he is not the last. A lot of you watch, if you really sit there and watch all these games throughout the day, throughout the season, whatever, all these fools be flopping. Do they always get the call? No. The ref literally can watch and see if they want to give the call or not. That's them. That's why I said sometimes you got to look at the refs and not the players. You can flop all you want, and the ref will still look at you like, get your ass up. You know, I seen that. What are you doing? There's been plenty of flops where they be looking at them like, for real? Seriously? And also, y'all gotta understand is that they don't see how we see. We watching from the house or whatever. We watching on a screen. We can see the big picture. If you
Yeah.
down there eye level with these players, or they a little bit taller, sometimes they catch it out the corner. They not to give the refs an excuse either. But you know how sometimes they flopping is obvious to us. We looking at replays. Obviously, it's obvious to us.
Yeah.
But when in real time, when you see somebody go like this
Yeah.
and somebody was just in front of them, and all you get to see is like a quick motion. Of course, they first thought gonna be okay. What happened here? Did you just punch him in the face? Like, you
Mm,
know what I mean? Like, if you just say like if you was down there with me, we in the same place,
good one.
we on the floor together, and real quick, I'd be like,
What the hell?
you be like, you gonna look at me like, what happened? What happened?
What
What's
was that?
going on? Yeah, exactly, bruh.
Questioning everybody.
We see in the replay, of course, we'll be like, oh, that fool flop. Da, 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 da. We get to see it in slow motion, regular motion. I feel like people be forgetting that they don't have that in person at the game.
Correct.
We get to see it at home in slow motion. Like, oh, he should have seen that. He should have seen that in real time. That he's
Right.
flopping. Like, no, bro. You still got to be realistic that they are there with their human eye. They don't get to see replays until the replays happen, and then which is why I like that they get challenges now. That's why they get challenges, and then they can be like, "Oh yeah, 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 we was tripping."
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NBA announced a review of the officiating crew from the Game 5 after thousands of fan complaints flooded social media. Do you think that's going to go anywhere?
No, it never does really.
Yeah, me either. Spurs rookie Dylan Harper, who got elbowed in the throat with no call, posted a viral video showing slow mo footage of the foul, sparking renewed outrage. So yeah, that's when I think Wembyama, like hit him right in the throat. I told you about that.
Mm.
Straight in the throat, like no foul, nothing. He didn't even get sit down for a game or so. Like nothing happened.
Wait, who got hit in the throat?
Wembyama. No, Wembyama hit I think Dylan Harper. or
But they both
Spurs
in the
rookie.
Spurs.
I don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. Okay. Fuck. The
did he
NBA.
have a big enough reaction?
Um, don't know. Just
Oh, I thought you was gonna have a video up or something.
no, no. Just basing off of my memory, which I fucked up right there. The NBA Store's final bound glitch was reportedly caused by a back server update during peak playoff traffic. A tech spokesperson revealed. Yeah, I error, whatever you want to call it. We don't know. Thunder versus Knicks, 78%. Spurs versus Knicks, 22%. The explicit alternative if San Antonio can pull off the series upset. So the odds are in 78%. I really think this, I don't know, the Spurs probably.
I don't
Because
know.
it's a 22%, you know what I mean?
We gonna see. We gonna see, but I still think it's gonna be OKC versus Knicks. But either way, I don't give a damn
Hmm.
who win. But because I still think the Spurs could
Yeah.
pull it out and they could still go.
Yeah.
They can get complacent. They can feel like they have this in the bag. But it don't matter who go, because I think the Knicks probably gonna win the whole thing.
Yeah.
They on some other stuff. At first, I didn't think so. I thought, I was thinking the OKC could go in and just take the whole thing again home all the way. But they've been battling with the Spurs, so now I don't know. And the way that the Knicks swept Cleveland like that,
Yeah, they did.
so it's just kind of like I feel like a lot of things against whoever goes up against the Knicks at this point. Y'all still playing. This has been dragged down to Game 7. The Knicks been at home. They resting.
Oh no, it's a guarantee that the Knicks are gonna win. But just who's the up and coming Spurs or Thunder? You believe the OKC for sure.
I not for it. Nothing is for sure.
Not that,
Never for sure.
but it
But
just
I won't be surprised if it's gonna still end up being OKC. But
yeah.
I think that the Knicks are well rested, and I think that they may take it home this season. I don't know, because the fact that it's been a fight up until Game 7, y'all not gonna be as rested as the Knicks.
True.
Y'all coming out, y'all tired. Y'all like, damn, we gotta go play again already. We gotta start our. Yep, you sure do.
Yeah. Yeah, bad calls happen, but this reeks of pressure to push big markets. So boom or bomb or boo, Jess. You got a better call on this.
I'll give it a fa, cause I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
we,
just the same thing every year, no matter what the sport is. It's always controversy. It's always some weird stuff happening. And people don't know that things happen for a reason. These people get paid a lot of money. People are like, oh my God, they released uh, OKC versus the Knicks. Guess what that just did? Guess what that just did? Them doing that, it just drove up the views for people that probably don't even give a damn. Now they just want to see if the hype is real and it's really rigged. That's all that really did. Everything happens for a reason. Now everybody gonna be like, let's all tune in tonight. Let's see if it's really rigged. They had
this
they
is just a new, different type of marketing at this point.
they gotta give the people what it
Because everyone's it's playing. Everyone knows. Man, that's crazy, Jess. No, Jess, that's
what
you're
did
right.
Pharaoh say? You gotta get it gets the people going. Everybody love a good conspiracy theory, a
Yeah,
good rig. They're like, oh my God, did that really happen? Even people that don't care about it probably heard about it. It was probably on the news. I'm
right.
like, oh my God, I gotta watch now to see if they really went. They did exactly what they wanted to do, what they were supposed to do, which was get more people talking about it and more people watching it. And I guarantee you, more people are going to be watching tonight simply because of that mistake. That random mistake that they made that they've never done before.
Comment below your
Please.
guys' thoughts. Oh my God, Jess, you correct.